Hey friends and family, thanks for tuning in to tonight's Thursday Night Thought. Tonight we are going to talk about desire. And desire is a very interesting word because typically when you desire something, it means you don't have it. So there's something within you desiring you to have it. That's the definition, is to want something or want something to happen. So I want you to think right now of a desire that's in your heart, and then I'm going to read to you this week's message, and we're going to go a little deeper and apply it to our lives. So the message this week is this: the desire for light and truth in your heart is the existence and potentiality of God at work in your life. For desire is the force behind your deed. Therefore, always and in all ways, know that when you declare a constructive desire, it is God propelling you to act. When I got this message, what it did for me is it, number one, allowed me to go back to last week's message and really let go of some things, right? Like I was being shown that in order to bring something new in, perhaps when we talked about this idea of letting go, that familiarity can breed a false sense of security. And when we feel secure, we don't really have a lot of desires, and our desires are met, right? But if something's not having life in it, if there's something that needs to go, then we let it go, and in that there's insecurity. There's this feeling of not knowing what's coming next. And I feel that's very typical in a situation where there's desire planted in the heart for something new life, whatever this represents for you. So this desire has been placed in the heart, and we can be assured that that desire is God within us propelling us to act, because we live in a world that is very easy. This is what I was shown this week. It's very easy to see the non-constructive acts in this world that are happening on a daily basis, that's constantly blowing up our news feed, that really makes us question if God is at work in our world. I posted something a few weeks back about how the only way that God's plan gets carried out is through us, through humanity, and God lives within us. That's my belief. And so the only way that God's plan gets acted out is in these desires that are planted in our heart. And we can be assured that when that desire is of a constructive nature, that when we declare that that's God propelling us to act. So what I was being shown is we can actually take a step back, and we don't have to be attached to that desire. In other words, when we allow just the force of the feeling of desiring something to take over, then that's the motivation. Because the truth is, a desire is, like I said earlier, it's desiring something, so it's not present. Whatever it is you're desiring is not a part of your current reality. And there's a reason, because you desire it. So if we can just let go and know that that desire has been placed in our heart and is part of God's plan, then we can allow it to manifest in the way that it wants to manifest. That was the message that I got this week, but it's very difficult. And what was brought into me is, if we haven't done that letting go process from last week, I had to go back and really recognize where it is that I had to let some things go before new life can be created. It's not an easy space to be in. So if you're feeling that, you're not alone, and just have that confirmation that that desire is God acting, and you can trust in that. Thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to sharing our next Thursday Night Thought together.